Hey, good morning to all you awesome, beautiful, amazing, strong, loving, understanding mothers, grandmothers, caretakers, whoever you are, who's ever seeing this video. I want to say God bless you. God bless you for doing what you do and having the strength and the courage, and sometimes not so much strength, but you keep on to care for these little ones. This is sometimes I don't know how long my videos are going to be. I say it's going to be a short video and it winds up being longer, but anyway, my name is Allison. I'm from Miami, Florida presently, and I'm an RB. First of all, I'm a parent and a grandparent of children on the spectrum. Then I am a behavior mentor, an RBT, and a tutor, and a photographer, all for special needs children, mainly autism and ADHD, but I am currently working in a PPEC center, which that is a pediatrician's prescribed extended care center, where children have just too many therapies needed, where that they can't go to school. So the company I was working for, I was the only chosen one out of, God almighty, I don't know, maybe 60, 80 RBTs. And because I have the talent of behaviors, and I also do the tutoring and teaching, so they put me in this center to teach children who are very low functioning, and they said if there's anybody who could do it, it's going to be her. And the reason why is because I am so persistent and consistent on what I do that I'm darn determined. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about 2 children, and by the time I'm done, hopefully I'm going to get through at least one's brain to try this. Okay, so for years and years I've done this. It's a talent. That's why I call it a talent. Nobody taught me how to teach a child the way I do. I did it with all 3 of my children, and I've done it with all 3 of my grandchildren. And I'm still in the process of the 3rd grandchild, because she's 4. And I taught her a lot of things that the RPTs didn't teach her. I was just so far ahead. So, and it's not a put down, it's just, I'm just that experienced because I've done it for so many years. So anyway, I have this one client who is in the center, and he is, he has LGS, Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. If I'm saying it wrong, I do apologize. And you know, and throughout the day he has seizures, and you know, I feel so incredibly empowered by what his father tells me and what the doctors are telling him, and I'm like, I'm still gonna try. So I've been working with him. He didn't know how to sit with the RBT that he had. She says he's been working with him, she's been working with him for 3 months, and there's been absolutely no response from the kid. And I was like, okay. So the first thing I did in the center, by the way, I had 6 clients. All 6 responded to me the very first week. Everybody was flabbergasted. But I'm focusing more on the ones that I know can do it, and giving my all in these kids, right? So as I'm working with this boy, the first thing I taught him was the ball. His parents, they mirror what I do, and that's what's helping. They're mirroring. He gets that therapy from me, and I'm supposed to be his educator, but I'm his educator, showing him how to do things that he's capable of doing, you know, what he's ready for. And the parents love me for that, because nobody's done it. They keep telling me in 2 years nobody's been able to do this, and now the boy's 3.5. So, you know, he got the ball concept. Actually, he generalized the ball within the first 3 days, meaning he looked at the ball. I'm driving, I do apologize. He looked at the ball, and then once he knew what the ball was, I went ahead on the 3rd day and I put several balls, and he went to go grab 2, but he couldn't because of his fine motor skills. So he generalized really quick, and that intrigued me, and I said, okay. Next thing I taught him was to sit on a chair. Now, consistently, I did it for 7 working days because I don't work with him on the weekend. So it took me 7 days, but in total, I was with him 3 weeks before he actually understood sitting. But again, a week and a half I did it intensely because I had other students I was with. And so now he sits. His parents, again, mirror what I'm doing. So it's really, really helpful. And now the dad told me that the doctors are telling, that he won't learn certain things. He won't be able to do this. He won't be able to do that. So again, I've been working with him also, saying the M, like mama. The word is mama. And I told him, don't concentrate on anything else. Don't say any other word to him where he sees your mouth moving. Of course they're going to talk to him. But as far as him concentrating, looking at the lips, let's take a test word and see. So he's already moving his mouth. They see it. I see it. He's already making, but he's making sounds, but of course, actually he did say inside his throat. So that was proof. He's becoming vocalized. Before he was not at all. The parents said he was completely silent, didn't make any noise. So now he's starting to make noise. And I do this throughout the day. I'll grab him. Of course I have to deal with other kids, but I'll grab him and we'll work for a few minutes, and then I send him back into the center, and this little boy has seizures throughout the day. So I don't push him hard, but I'm consistent on what I do. And now the other thing the dad wanted, actually the very first thing, which was the most challenging, the father said he wanted his son to touch a button. And when he told me that, I said, Dad, your boy's gonna touch a button. And it didn't happen as fast as I wanted it, but it happened. Last Friday, he touched the buttons throughout the day. What I used was, one of those little pop-it games, the ones that look like a little, a game console, little game. And every time he went to his preferred, what I did was I put that in front of him, giving him no option but to get the field to push, because he wanted to push it away, because he wanted to get behind to get his preferred, which was a spinner, because everything about him is spinning. So I told Dad, you got to remove everything that spins. In the center, I can't remove it, so I just have to replace it with what I want him to work with. Or when he sits down on the table, now that he sits, I present that to him, and we're going to go ahead and do that again today until he masters that. So this little boy, they said he wouldn't learn, and he's learning, okay? You never give up on a child. Just because they say he's not going to do it doesn't mean you don't do it. But the objective is to show him. You got to show him again and again, or her, and again and again and again throughout the day, many times. You just keep putting it in front of him. It's going to sink in eventually. Okay? Now, the other client that I have, I've been working with him for 2 years now, and I detect his feelings. This mama knows we got connection there, him and I. So I told the mama, she would give me toys all the time, all these games, and I said, Mama, what you gotta do is, when he gets a game, he's not interested because he doesn't know what to do with it. You need to teach him what to do with it. Just take a little time out and, teach him the game, what it is, what it does, and maybe it'll spark some interest. So I know she's a really busy lady, like we all are, but every time I go there, I bring something. So this weekend, and this is why it would intrigue me to make this video, this weekend, I don't have it here, it's in the back of my car, but I use microphones with children. I get really creative. I use walkie-talkies, karaoke machines, all of that good stuff to try to spark that interest to want to talk into it and see where we get with that. And it's been extremely, very beneficial for me with several children. So I brought the microphone over because he's been really good in school, and I never introduced that to him. mind his interest, but he was clueless what to do with it. Then Miss Allison told him what to do. I showed him what to do, and he started playing with it. And I spent that hour not tutoring the boy, not mentoring him, just letting him play with it. And I told his mama, I said, Mama, look how he's playing with it. Look how interested he is in it. And we just talked away purposely. And by the end of the session, just about when our session's over, he put it down and he said he's done with it. And he enjoyed it. Now when I go to his, and I told him the reason why he got that is because he's been doing absolutely awesome in school. Because last year he struggled. And that was his reward. The point to it is, sometimes when you give a kid something, your child, and you see he doesn't have interest. Now these are more for the ones who are, I guess, a little more verbal, but it still works the same with those who are nonverbal. You just got to show it to them. They'll get it. It may take a little bit longer because they can't respond to you what they don't understand or whatnot. But you got to try to, learn the body language and the signs that they, that they give, the facial expressions, the hand expressions, when they're getting, moody or whatnot, when they're losing interest. You got to learn all that with these kids. And that's why I master what I do, because I know how to do it and I know what to look for, and it's just something I've always done, and it's just naturally in me. I just know how to look for the signs. And I share these tips with you because a lot of times parents don't know, or those caregivers, or even RBTs, or BCBAs. I've seen many across the board that, listen, books cannot teach you what life experiences teach you. You get the hard knocks by life experiences, by going through it, by studying, by looking at the children. In my case, I've studied over 200 kids without a doubt. And when I'm looking at kids, I just stare at them and I want to learn. This little boy who's having these seizures, it's called LGS, I want to learn all about it. And his dad gave me full permission to use him as my case study because he sees how good I am at what I do. And of course, I'm not the best. There's others who are better than me, and God bless their talent and what they could do. But in the families that I work with, I shine, and it's because of how I do it. And I try to educate as many people as I can, because I know my knowledge is in my brain. But if I don't get it out there, it's not helping as many people as it needs to help. And that's what we need to do in this, in this world of autism. We got to share what we know, because if we don't, the only people we're holding back are those little minds from excelling. And with that being said, wishing everybody a wonderful, blessed day. Listen, you guys, moms, parents, dads, grandparents, aunts, uncles, advocates, whoever you are listening to this, never give up on these children. They will flourish when it's their time. Yes, it's true. Some may never get to speak, but that does not mean that they do not have the capability of learning. I don't care who says what. Test it out, and you'll see for yourself. If you dedicate time to these children and do it to the capacity of what they could understand, they will pick up. Till next time, I would love to hear replies. Again, I'm a parent. I'm a parent who raised a son to adulthood. He's 20 now, and I'm helping raise 2 grandchildren. One is ADHD and anxiety, and the other is on the spectrum. And I love what I do. I am so passionate and in love that I could only give my best each and every day to each and